Let me know in the comments the best history book you've read in 2025. And here's a yes, no, or maybe on the books that I've read. Let's get into it. Starting off strong with The Wolf Age by Tor Shaya. This covers a very specific period of time between the Vikings and Anglo-Saxons in the early 1100s, but also highlights a lot of information about the Vikings that I think is important in the way that I like Viking history to be retold. It talks about their achievements as a sailing people and their accomplishments in other places outside of just the Anglo-Saxon area. If you're looking for a top tier elite of elite Viking history books, I would say The Wolf Age is an absolute yes. Crusaders by Dan Jones. Maybe. If you're looking for a history book that reads like a series of different stories that aren't really naturally connected, then yeah. It's very character driven. The history feels to lose itself in the stories of the characters. You can do well with Thomas Asbridge's The Crusades. That being said, I would say maybe. The Art Thief by Michael Finkel. Yeah. I think it's a good story. It's about a guy that is obsessed with famous and historical art and spends years and years and years stealing it in broad daylight just to collect it. It's a classic tale of hubris and downfall, which is always interesting to read. The author did a lot of great research in making sure that this story was told in a great way. So yeah, I think it's a really fun book. It's something you can get through pretty quickly. So yeah, How the Word is Passed by Clint Smith. Absolutely yes. Not up for negotiation. End of discussion. 1776 by David McCullough. Yeah, if you're looking for a good entry point into American Revolutionary history, if you're looking for something more authoritative, you can do well with Alan Taylor's American Revolutions. But if you're just looking for something that focuses on a very specific part of the American Revolution, and then more specifically George Washington and the actions he took during this very pivotal year of the American Revolution, then yeah, I think this would be a good book for you. Nuclear War by Annie Jacobsen. Sure. I have read it now 2 times. Really loved it the first time I listened to it on audiobook, and then I read it again in May. And I just kind of walked away thinking, what am I going to do with this information, right? Like, it's just going to sit on the shelf just like this book will when I'm done with it. If you're looking for a history on the diplomacy and politics behind nuclear war, then this would be a fantastic read for you. Other than that, if you're looking for a nonfiction political horror, then absolutely yes. And last up is Rot, An Imperial History of the Irish Famine by Patrick Scanlon. No, I just finished this up, and there was a chapter in this book that talks about the different types of potatoes and pigs that the Irish farmed during this time period. I was after about 110 pages of just extremely dense and dry financial information talking about how the British basically used their imperial and colonial ambitions against the Irish for their own gain. I just felt like this was not the way that I wanted to read about the Irish famine. I do want to learn about it, and I have a thirst to learn about it after picking this up, but have left this pretty disappointed. So for me, it's going to be a no.